streets remember the blood poured carefully over the cobblestones, the same ones you spy between the broken roads on your way home from work. The streets remember Peterloo and the stampeding hooves of callous police, the sabres at work just like the butchers, and the terror of a massacred people. This is how they remember them, with pitiful steps and sighs of relief. The delusion that something so impossibly violent could not ever happen today. And yet, the streets still remember the dedicated refusal of some workers, solidarity with an entire people in chains, that red speckled cotton is not welcome here. The streets remember the fairies that fought against the wicked witch, for the right to an existence, uncensored, unrestrained, freely, just as we love one another. Likewise, the streets remember being packed, not long ago, to the brim with conviction. Fuck the rent. Black lives do matter. And they remember the fear of powerful people. People that bask in good health and in excess, that the streets have never had the displeasure of meeting, that only know them by their actions, their fears, the same patterns they partake in when they start to feel the pressure. Now the streets are perpetually inundated, incarcerated, mistreated, violated, drowning under a sea of swine, their boots stomping, gun in hand, dispatched by men who swear to be one of us. Those same streets that have been thoroughly marinated in delirium, bathed in plagues emboldened by the indifference of some executives and their friends, that have left buildings empty and abandoned, strewn like litter, yet jealously protected. The streets that today have been forced to be presentable for countless waves of consumers and most respectable businesses, while they themselves moonlight as mattresses and caskets for those who have no refuge. It will be winter soon, and fear abounds. Just as I do, the streets remember Bexley Square, when work was scarce and wages were miserable. They beat us back then too, berated and condemned us, people who couldn't even afford to eat. But the streets also remember Maasside and Oldham, when the victims of white supremacy rose up and revolted, and they burned, oh yes, they burned the police vans and police cars, the coppers protecting the fascists and abusing our people with impunity. You will hear, dear readers and listeners, from many a respectable person, that this isn't the right way, that we must be peaceful. But the streets still remember when the crown and its servants weren't, and they still remember the power that we hold within ourselves. And they're telling you, remember that a protest is not a piece of theater. It is a fight. It is a riot. It is a threat. Remember, the streets are ours. We only have to take them.